After Garp's furious attack destroyed the whole village, the pirates were sent flying. Garp looked furious, and the pirates were heard saying, "It's gonna crush us!" Prince Guruz used his power to land the ship carefully without causing destruction. The pirates were still agitated, and one of them said, "Garp, that bastard, I'll never forgive you, you old fossil." Garp was shown beside his ship, saying, "Listen up, you snot-nosed pirates. If you so much as blink, you'll end up in a world of pain." Garp thought he didn't cause much damage, saying, "What a letdown. Talk about frustrating, I have really lost my touch." However, the pirates were shocked, and responded with, "You gotta be kidding. That wasn't enough destruction for you, old man." Kobe was running towards Garp, shouting, "Vice Admiral Garp!" Garp replied, "Ah, Kobe, you don't look too shabby." Helmpo cried out, saying, "Damn you, Kobe, I am so glad you weren't murdered." A girl said, "Garp-san sure is a naughty boy running wild like that." Prince Guruz said, "I can't believe he just called Kobe the future of Marines. I can't let him get ahead." The girl responded, "Say whatever you want behind their backs, but you can't deny their bond is wholesome and cute." Someone shouted, "Kobe!" And Kobe said, "Is that you, Tashigi-san? Wow, even non-sword members came?" The girl said, "Vice Admiral Kobe-senpai ain't safe yet. If he keeps running with that shackle on, he will wind up dead." Kobe was running with a cannonball attached to his legs, and Hibari was behind him, trying to ask for help, but she got frozen. Kobe shouted, "Hibari-san!" The others were also confused, and Garp was looking furious. Suddenly, we see Kuzan standing next to Garp, and Garp says, "Kuzan!" Kobe says, "Kuzan-san! What are you doing? Please hurry and unfreeze Hibari-san!" The other pirates were shouting, "Yeah, it's Aokiji. Show him Kuzan-chan. Let's hear it for Captain Kuzan." Aokiji says, "It would be a bad look if Kobe escapes while Teach is away." A past scene is shown of 2 years ago, when Akinu and Aokiji had a fierce duel over the fleet admiral position. After 1 year of that incident, the current scene was taking place on a certain island in the New World. Blackbeard was in a house saying, "There is no point asking who did it. There is only one person on the stinkin' planet capable of this. There you are, Aokiji." Outside of the house, a giant was seen completely frozen. Blackbeard said, "Why did you freeze all my buddies out there? You better undo it." Aokiji was sitting on a bar table saying, "You know how your men are. You are their captain, right? You really think I am the one who picked this fight? Besides, you must have heard what happened. I am pretty heartbroken right now, and guess who's to blame for my foul mood?" Aokiji then undoes all the freezing. Blackbeard laughs and says, "You are one crazy bitch, Ice Pop." Aokiji also laughs and says, "Look who's talking. Wish we had more booze here." One of the captains says, "So what did that Akainu prick say after that?" Aokiji replies, "To think we came together and now we gotta kill each other. It makes my blood boil." Aokiji offends Akainu by saying, "Then I said that will be the magma," and laughs. Then Aokiji says, "As you can see, I am down a leg thanks to him. I have to use my ice to replace it." Vasco Shot says, "You admirals sure don't fool around. What about Akainu? Did you tear off an arm?" Aokiji replies, "Nah, but I'm sure he is pretty banged up all over." One of the captains says, "Speaking of injuries, comrades, this guy has info on the man marked by flames." Aokiji doesn't get it and says, "Marked by flames?" Another captain adds, "There are 4 super valuable red poneglyphs out there. Kaido and Big Mom apparently have one each." Blackbeard says, "That means 2 of them are up for grabs, but there's no knowing where they are. We heard a rumor that the man marked by flames has one." Aokiji shows his scar and says, "I do." Vasco Shot says, "Not you. You only got that scar recently." Another captain said, "It is said that man can be found on a pitch-black ship, and if anyone sails near they end up swallowed by giant whirlpools. He may very well have a fruit power." Another captain adds, "I bet he is with the government. We all know they are hardly angels. It wouldn't be surprising if they kept a stone or 2 for themselves. It would be a surefire way of preventing any pirate claiming the One Piece." Aokiji says, "The poneglyphs hold nothing but bitter memories for me. I don't remember seeing any giant garish red stone at Ohara. What I do remember is a dear friend taking a stand against the government and the traumatized eyes of a little girl that forced me to take fate into my own hands." One of the captains says to Blackbeard, "What is with the sob story, Commander? What do you want to do? His power could be quite useful. Should we steal it?" Aokiji noticed and shouted, "I can hear you, asshole! I will send you all back to the Ice Age. I heard you were hinting at devil fruits. Bring it on!" Blackbeard responded, "Hang on, Kuzan. My people were just being idiots. I wasn't planning on doing that. In fact, how would you like to join our crew? You are basically out of a job now. Do you have any other prospects? The Guardians of Justice dumped you, so what's next? Aokiji replied, You know I live by a different definition of justice. Aokiji laughed and shouted, Don't be a moron! You can't think a couple of drinks are enough to win me over. Blackbeard laughed and said, You have got pirates all wrong. We aren't just a merry band of chums bumming around together. We all profit from having our own agendas. That's what makes us pirates. You are free now, so what do you want to do? The scene returned to the present. Garp said, Hey, Kuzan, you better unfreeze Hibari. Let us take Kobe and get your ass back in uniform. Aokiji replied, You are as direct as ever, Garp-san. I have always loved that about you, and that's why I am not going to do any of those things. I have decided to live life on my own terms. He unleashed his attack Ice Ball and froze Garp into an ice block. Aokiji said, Your number one student versus your new favorite student. Can you kill one to save the other? Garp broke the ice block and said, You can't stop me like that, you dumbass. I thought I taught you to live in the now. The pirates were shocked to see Garp. Garp flashed towards Kuzan and said, Listen up, Kuzan. Only weaklings lose their way. He caught Aokiji's face and unleashed his attack Blue Hole, striking Aokiji to the ground with an immense amount of power using his haki and fist alone. Aokiji broke into the ground badly. The scene then shifted to Winter Island in the New World, where Blackbeard looked tired and blood was on his face. The Polar Tang, the Heart Pirate's submarine, was completely destroyed and sinking in the ocean. Blackbeard laughed and said, Without a ship, you can't even call yourselves pirates anymore. Let me alone escape. Law and Beppo were badly injured and lying on the ground. Blackbeard said, The owners of the 100 hearts you stole at Rocky Port are still living on Pirate Island. I bet they will be thrilled if I bring them your heart. We will have a toast. Beppo remembered the pills that Chopper gave him in Wano and ate them. Blackbeard said, Now, what should we do with the op-op fruit? Sell or use it? Don't suppose you would fancy making me immortal? Suddenly, Beppo stood up in a slung-like form, furiously saying, Keep your paws off the captain, and hit Blackbeard and his pirates with string fists. Blackbeard was shocked and said, Did he go Sulong? No way. There is no moon. Beppo held Law and started escaping from the island. Law didn't want to leave his crew behind and said, We can't abandon our crew. Beppo replied, We can't go back, but trust them, Captain. From the freezing ports of the north till now, we have always survived. None of us will let it end here. We have overcome so much together, so don't you dare die, Captain. Please don't die. The narrator said, On this day, the Heart Pirates led by Trafalgar Law were soundly defeated. As we come to the end of this chapter, if you enjoyed this chapter, please consider subscribing because it motivates me to keep creating new content for you. Also, I'd love to hear your suggestions for topics you'd like to see in future videos. Feel free to comment below and let me know which manga you would like me to cover next. Thank you for tuning in, and until the next video, take care and stay safe.